Hello everyone. Today I'm going to give you a walkthrough of my Unreal Tournament level, Danger on Deck. I'm going to show off the level first by walking around, and later I will playtest it so you can see it in action. While walking around, I will also give some insight into my design choices, as well as some information on the story of the level. So, we are currently on the Guardian, an A-class ship developed for interstellar travel. The main job of the crew is to locate undiscovered planets and make first contact with them. Once contact is established, the crew must unify the planet under one ruler and then make them swear allegiance to the Council. If they refuse, then the planet must be destroyed in order to keep everyone safe. The Council is a group of the 78 strongest beings in the known universe. Any species that achieves spaceflight must join them or suffer the consequences. That's the basics of the world we're currently in. So now let's get inside the level. We're starting off inside one of the main lifts of the level. This is the second floor of the spaceship, but the players are only allowed onto the second and third floors. The ship is split into 4 sections and this is shown by the lights. There is green, blue, purple, and red. We are currently in the green sector, which is the advanced cargo bay. The other sectors are blue for communication, red for weaponry, and purple for a common space. There's also a middle area in the section that divides the map. We're going to start there. So here's the center of the ship. And as you can see, we are surrounded by these golden statues up on the second level. These statues represent the Council of 78, as there are 78 statues. Underneath them, by each of the 4 main doors, there are these statues. These statues represent the Swords of Justice. The Swords of Justice is a group that works and reports directly to the Council, and their job is to, they're the peacekeeping force. They enforce the peace across the universe. And each of these statues represents one of the 8 ship captains. The statues, as you can see if I get close to them, the statues all only have one eye, represented by a blue crystal. And this is a symbol, as once you become a captain, the Council removes one of your eyes as a symbol of your servitude and your strength to them. And the eye where the crystal is on the statue represents that captain's eye. So they're not all in the same spots, as the captains get to choose if they want their left or their right eye taken. Below us, you can see the ruined planet 07B2694. The tribes on this planet have destroyed it in a never-ending war. Unfortunately, the crew failed to ease the tensions and unify them. And on top of that, they also managed to let, and by let I mean some intruders got on board from the planet below. Luckily, though, the rest of the crew on the ship managed to get everyone onto the 3rd floor and lock the elevators, so the hostile targets cannot get to the 3rd and the top floor. That's where everyone is currently. Recordedly, only 12 hostiles got onto the ship, fortunately, so that's not horrible, but they need to be dealt with. And now the 12 intruders are fighting amongst themselves with the new technology that they've found on this ship. So we're going to head back to the cargo hold, and I will show you around here. Here we have a few different artifacts from different adventures that the crew has been on. Each of them have their own story, but I'm not the one to tell you about them. That's something that the crew could tell you about. Next up, we have the upper deck, which has cargo crates, and in the back we have some pictures from previous adventures from the crew. There are also these holes in the map, which are used mainly for just quick travel between the floors. It's not that far of a drop. And it also, for the players, it adds another level of strategy, as not only do you have to watch your back and watch your front, you also have to watch above your head sometimes as well, which can make for interesting actions. There's also a little outlook across, so you can just kind of look at the outside world, or the outside nebula, I should say. Over across from me, we have a airlock that is semi-working. And by semi-working, I mean it's really it works, but it doesn't open because the crew up top have turned off a lot of the key things that the hostiles could break or destroy. Back below us, we have a secret hidden area. Here, there's some health, and there's also a flak cannon, otherwise known as a shotgun. And that's just a nice little area for players to swing by and grab a decent gun and keep on their fight. Little bit of a reprieve from the action. Down over on this half, we have some crew lockers, and across from them we have power suits. These power suits, there's some missing for a few different reasons, as not everyone has survived on this journey. There's been a lot of changes to the crew since their first initial voyage, and that was a 5-minute warning. There's also some more health just kind of floating around. Next up, we're gonna head to the purple sector, but first I'm gonna show you what the second level of the elevator looks like. It's just this little room with a armor pack and an elevator that slowly raises you back up. It's pretty easy, pretty simple, sufficient. And now we're gonna head back. Now we're gonna head into the purple sector. Over here we have 2 cryopods that crew members use to just kind of sleep and rest in. We have another airlock. This one, it actually turns a little bit, but fortunately for everyone on board, it only unlocks halfway and it doesn't open. It just goes back to normal, as the crew have made sure that the hostiles can't destroy their ship. This sector has an open floor plan, as you can see from all of the floor below me. There's a table. This table's covered with just junk, really just random stuff from other adventures and just things for the players, or for the crew. And over there there's some kind of stain on a table, but that's not important. There's also this jump pad that the crew uses to quickly jump back up to this floor. Now, down in the lower area, we have this sector. We have this little room, And in this room, we have some health, we have another shotgun, or a flat cannon, and there's this hole down here. And down here, it's the trash, we have the trash room. Luckily the incinerator is broken, so we won't be burning alive, but if we're skilled enough with this fully intact rocket launcher, we can rocket jump back out. Unfortunately, I'm not that skilled. Okay, so now I'm going to run back over there, and we can continue from there. That was unfortunate. I thought that I'd be able to get out, but you can. It's just I'm just not that good. So over in here we have a little teleporter room with a secondary pistol that you can use. But I'm going to stick to holding the flat cannon for now. I'm not going to tell you where this teleporter goes, as I will just show you later. So it'll be a little bit of a surprise. If we head back up to the second floor, I can show you one of the other secrets that's in here. And in here we have the teleporter room. This is where the crew sends their away and brings back people. And here we have, you know, a working active one and a broken one. This one's been broken for quite some time, unfortunately, but you know, if we shouldn't be anything wrong with. Oh, well then, that was unfortunate. So the teleporter is currently broken and a little bit unstable, so that does happen from time to time. So I would advise not going there in the future, not using this unless you absolutely really need that health. But now we're gonna head back, and I'm gonna show you the final secret for this this sector, and it is actually this wall right here. And in here we have a sniper rifle, a really nice sniper rifle, and another teleporter. This one I will show you. It brings us to the center of the map. And from here I have nice little sniping range down each of the 4 corridors and down below me, as well as pretty decent access to some major health upgrades, or health pickups. One of the cool parts about the center of the map, though, is that this glass and the glass below me is completely destructible. So if you shoot the top glass is more resistant than the bottom glass. The bottom glass will break from just about any gun, but the top glass only breaks from one of the higher tier guns, as it's much more sturdy. So you can just shoot out the bottom and like change the whole dynamic of the center of the room, or you can shoot at the top, which destroys the bottom, and anyone who teleports using the teleporter who doesn't know will obviously fall to their deaths. So that's a pretty cool thing to think about before you take the teleporter, even if you know, maybe you don't want to, maybe you know, but it's still, oh, well, that happened. So, oh cool, we're here again. So, yeah, but that will make players need to think a little bit more cautiously about taking teleporters. So now we're going to move to the blue sector, the communications sector. And here we have just some more pictures of you know, the crew and their adventures and stuff. We have a table, or not a table, but a desk that is the main communications hub. Each of these does their own little thing. I don't know, I'm not the crew. I couldn't tell you about what each of the buttons do on each of the panels. We also have a broken airlock If you see the handle was actually just ripped off of the wall, or it's gone at least, and the airlock is turned in the wrong direction. So basically, it's really broken. We also have some more breakable glass down here, which is, I mean, it's a nice skylight, but it's also, you know, you have to rethink the way you're gonna walk from now on. On this table, we have some more junk, but this junk, or this stuff, it's not really junk. This stuff's all taken from the planet below. And these two statues right here, we have, these are like the main deities between the two tribes. We have the Faithless on the left and the Exalted on the right. And as far as the records for the planet goes, these two races have been fighting, these two tribes have been fighting for as long as they've had recorded history. So it's really interesting. But down over here, we once again have the little storage room with the flak cannon. And if we swing back up, you'll see we have more crew lockers, and across from that we will have a full set of power armors on this end. One of the cool things about this little sector is that the blue lights make it a bit darker. So one of the cool things with the link gun is that it does light up the area a little bit. So it can be helpful to be using the link gun in this area, as it can, and it will help you see a little bit better in these tight corridors. The other thing is that in these corridors, the flak cannon actually bounces off the walls a little bit, so it can lead for some pretty cool little trick shots if you're good enough. And now we're going to head to the red sector, and this sector is primarily used for weapons. Now over here we're going to have a table with just random weapons that have all been deactivated by the crew, so the hostiles can't take over. There's no secret door over here. There's also another link gun, and back up here we have, some more player pods and a flak cannon. It's a little bit more open, so the flak cannon is not amazing here, but down below it can still get a nice little bounce. And if you can see down here, we have a teleporter and a pistol, so I wonder where that could go. See, it brings us to the opposite corner, and the other one brings us right back. Now there isn't no trash chute over here. It's a little excessive to have two trash chutes on the same ship, but there is, a bit of health scattered about for the players that they can use. Excuse me. One of the cool things, though, about this sector is the teleporter, because this sector has teleporters as well. This time, though, it's a little bit different, even though it looks the same. The red one actually works, fortunately enough. By works, it doesn't work. It doesn't kill you, which is cool. But if you head through the green one, it already has a destination programmed in. And you're currently on a moon crater. And you're also, since you don't have your helmet on, you're going to slowly start dying. There's a little bit of health, but not enough to keep you here for very long. So if you work your way around, you'll also find the Redeemer, which is a legendary weapon that only has one shot and it will never respawn. So that's really cool. But if you follow the smoke up the hill, hopefully, you can find another broken teleporter that's smoking really badly. So you might as well, we might as well just take it. There's no place worse than here, so cool. Okay, we're back. So now we're gonna head back to the middle. And here we have a closer look at the council, as well as the kind of the space and the scenery above. One of the moons of the planet is above us, and it has a very fast turn, so you can actually physically watch it spin around. It's very interesting. There's not a lot of planets in the system that can do that. But I created the skybox around us, as you can see. It took a bit of work, but I'm really glad of how it turns out. It really helps you kind of get immersed in the gameplay and like the feel of being in space. But thank you for coming along with me, and I will cut to some gameplay of me running around and dying to the bots because I'm bad. But thank you for coming along with me, and yeah, thank you very much.